Well, what's up, everyone? Beautiful 1988 Cadillac Eldorado Barrett's 100% original survivor. But we're going to talk about the Challenger. Now, at 1 year, God, yeah, time flies. So I've had this car for 1 year, and it seems like yesterday. I put a total of about 1,400 miles on it so far. As I've said, this car does not get driven very frequently, and I bought it just to enjoy and have fun with occasionally. I want to do a shout out to a channel that I follow that produces some very good content, and he's very entertaining. It's Hemi Muscle. So check him out. I will leave a link down in the description below. Let's talk about what's been going on with the car. No defects, no problems. This car is subject to a current recall for a seat back latch, which I will not take it back to have corrected. I did check it myself. It's secure. There's no problems. So this does have the Harman Kardon system. So when I have the bass really cranked up on it, there is some vibration from the back. It's not that bad. What have I done? So it's had its first PM, and this has the the ram air, the Mopar ram air setup. I can show that to you before. This this tower, this Mopar strut back here. Do you believe I've actually had this thing since 2005? Because my very first new LA was a Chrysler Hemi 300C in magnesium, and that thing was amazing. So yeah, that thing has followed me all these years, and I figured I'd pop it back on the car. So other than that, that's it. There's been no problems. There's been no issues with the firmware. The system has not glitched out at all. There's been no problems with the software. When I was syncing up CarPlay for the first time, it took a few minutes for it to sort itself out and for AI to get itself put together, but it works perfectly. It syncs up perfectly every single time. Let's see. The only problem this car has, and I'm going to be correcting in here very soon, are the floating rotors on this thing from the get-go have been warped. This thing has some pretty serious brake pulsation from the front. And while I shouldn't say it's serious, it's noticeable. Would anybody else notice it? No, but I do, because I'm a lifetime auto mechanic. But one of the things that really distresses me is how incredibly dusty those Brembo factory pads are. So actually, when I did the PM and I rotated the tires, I took obviously all the rims off, and one at a time washed them thoroughly, and then liquid glassed the whole backside here. So now, like when I wash it, I just hose it down and the brake dust washes away, but it's very annoying. I mean, no, that's unacceptable to me. So it's going to get Power Stop vented rotors and a Power Stop ceramic carbon, or was it ceramic and graphite? Maybe no, because these are graphite. That's why they dust so badly. It's carbon fiber and ceramic, yeah. So we're going to put those on the front. Do away with these floating rotors. I'm sure there's an advantage to floating rotors. You see those screws and those clips? That means the hat, or the center portion that mates up with the hub, and then the rotor itself are two separate pieces. Show you a better view here. Because my 24 Harley CVO has Brembos, and they are also floaters. But these don't pulsate. This one does. And it's a bit too annoying, but as I say, I'm doing it mainly so we can get rid of that heavy dusting condition. But yeah, other than that, I love it. What a cool car. Do thoroughly enjoy it. So that's about it. Just a reminder, a year ago, I purchased this car, a dealership down in Phoenix, and they had it advertised as a dealer demo. It had a few hundred miles on it. It's a 2023, last call for what that's worth. And they had it listed. So first of all, let's go back up here. This is what generated so many clicks on a particular video I did back, which was that $20,000 premium over an MSRP of $62,000. 620 with 399 window tinting on top of the premium. So this thing sat in the showroom with this $83,219. I did not pay $83,219 for a new Scat pack. I paid just over $50,000 for this car, and it was the kind of the beginning of the crisis where all these dealerships down in Phoenix had just over-ordered on all of these Scats and RTs, and even from the basic RTs, but the Scats, the Widebodies, the TAs, and the Cats, they had just gorged themselves on these things. And so when I was looking a year ago, this is 2024, every dealership just had scores of these things, mainly the standard body Scats and Cats, and quite a few TA edition RTs, just the 5.7. Beautiful colors, and they had the was it the 1320, 13? Anyway, they had ones that didn't have the passenger seat, and I think there was a couple of Demons even, but this car was the color I wanted. It was wide-body Scat, and I wanted the sound system, and I wanted the Plus package. So it just kind of, I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a second, 50,000? And you wanted 83 to begin with against an MSRP of 62? Well, the hit that I took was I lost 3 months of insurance, or 3 months of warranty, because they ended up having to buy the thing. It went off a floor plan, they had to buy it. And so it, between that and this is a massive Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership in Phoenix off of Camelback, and they got thousands of cars there. So, they had, they might have had 100 plus Challengers, and that again, of Chargers, and a goodly number of those were your high performance like these. And I just was at the right place at the right time. And so when I called about it, and they sent me pictures, and they explained to me, well, you're going to lose some warranty coverage, and that means nothing to me. This car will never see the dealership again. And I said, so was it crashed? Is there something? Like, no, I just sat in here in the showroom, and it had basically no miles on it. And so I got the window sticker, slept on it overnight. There's a couple other cars I was looking at, and I'm like, I'll see how it works out. And came back to it and took, it's a new car. Its title is a new car. And I had my credit union financing worked out, had a rate that just nobody could beat. And, pulled the trigger. And when it got here, I'm looking at it. I'm like looking at the back tires to see if they're burned up, and chunked out. And they're like new, there's little knobbies are on them. And, I'm looking in the trunk. I'm looking at the floor mats and the seat, and it's like, wow, I somehow scored. So when I was talking with the concierge that delivered it and took away the trade-in, and I traded in a beautiful Mango RT 6-speed, but he said, this car has received so much attention, but the bottom line is those that can afford our reduced price still cannot afford the insurance. And the financing they get on it, because, a lot of these folks are subprime, I guess, was that, they just, they couldn't justify it, but the insurance is what killed them. And I have to say, USAA, thank you. Almost 26 years of service and not a single claim, but I got to tell you, this car per month, the insurance full coverage, not the state minimums, significantly, I'd say better than that, but not the state minimums, not sky high, is 80, I think about 80, like $67 a month. And that's high, by my standards. For example, that motorcycle is $1,000 a year, and the Cadillac is $310 a year, and the white Ford truck out there is $100 and change, and the police Interceptor is like $10 less than that. That brings me up to a good point, and this is one of the topics Hemi Muscle talks about, which is, the folks that buy these things and you can't lock them up, you can't keep them secure, and they get stolen, or the cost of ownership just gets to be crazy, or you take it out in your daily drive and it gets dinged up, and it's just, You know, it's a real bummer. It pays, you know, to get a car like this or a pickup truck like that. There's no way I would pay the prices that they want nowadays for pickups when I have this beautiful 95 Eddie Bauer inline 6.5-speed manual 1-owner truck, or this agency-owned vehicle, the 2015 Interceptor, that's never had a cage. It's always been a department admin vehicle, and it's in just perfect condition, and it's an amazing car, and I love driving it. It pays to find a low-cost, low-overhead vehicle like that so you can maintain a car like this. And Hemi does a good job of breaking it out because his daily's a Camry, and he has an amazing 300 6.4. So anyway, that's about it. Weather is unseasonably cold and rainy here, but rain's always something that is welcome in the desert Southwest. Have a good one. Bye.